very, very quiet. Miz is gonna start streaming.
What happened there?
Fuck?
Is it because
there it is? I just went onto the scene and it was completely wrong. Oh, that's so much fun. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to. I have unmuted myself. Yes. Welcome to Stand Study, another D&D stream for the Asylum channel. Tonight we are joined by the full crew. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Very nice to see everybody. Even Thalin making his appearance all the way from sunny Scotland. Glad you could make it. So yeah, it's good to have everybody here. Whoops. Make sure everything's actually working okay. Just let me know if there's any problem with the audio. As always, the Windows 10 update has messed up every single... and I haven't started my bot either. Every single thing that I tried to run. So it's like trying to correct all that basically. Let me just see if I can find this without breaking everything.
Explosion imminent. Evacuate the facility.
Why have I got alert noises? I shouldn't do, but I have. See, everything always goes wrong.
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice for initiative. Harold Sparhawk, good evening to you, sir. Welcome, thank you for joining us. Just getting my bot up and running so you can actually do some commands. So, just to go over a few things. As always, we are beginning our campaign in the Lost Mines of Phandelver campaign. We decided to use this as it's a starter set, and it said it's good for beginners, and we're all beginners here, so we're all learning, we're all trying to get better. So if we do make mistakes, you just have to grit your teeth and tell us that we're doing it wrong, because as I said, we're all trying to learn and mistakes happen. But other than that, it should be fine. I don't think there's any much else. So let's go over what happened, I think, from last week. There's a few people wasn't here as well. Well, in fact, I'll just go through who everybody is first of all, just so it's easier, so those that you are new to the channel or anything can just get a grasp of who everybody's playing. So first up we have Thalin. He's playing a half-orc barbarian, and he's looking very mean and pensive there at the moment. Concentrate. His intelligence is just concentrating on a few stats.
I think he's actually under a whole person spell.
I think so. It's going to mess it up. Second up, we have Baron. He's a tiefling. There he goes. I knew that was going to happen at some point. Tiefling warlock. And there's not much more to say. He's playing tiefling warlock. Next up, we have Bryn, who is our resident rogue. You are human, aren't you?
Half elven.
Oh, half elven. I see. I knew. It's too many people.
Don't look it.
Too many people don't look it. It's that dwarven look that's sort of coming out on you. Let me just see. Wow. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Next up, we have. I'm just going to do this temporarily until, in case Rufus does or doesn't come back. We do love having all these technical issues. Next up, we have Drake. Has he come back now? Told you. Drake, who is our fighter sorcerer, and he is also a halfling. A multicolored halfling. He's now turned into more of a smurf halfling with his blue scowls. He's like one of those ultra stealthy fighter sorks that everyone just stares at when they walk into a room. And then after that we have Bruin, who is another halfling ranger, who likes to call his short bow a long bow. And what do you call it now? Is it envy?
It's envy. What do you mean it's a short bow? It's a long bow.
It's a very long bow to your little halfling indeed.
If she hears you, I'm going to be in so much trouble.
And next up we have Josephina, who is a wood elf druid, who has taken the path of the shepherd because she likes to talk to just about every animal that she comes across, even the ants, and probably coming up soon blades of grass as well. And lastly, we have Artex, who is another druid, but he has decided to talk to the land instead. So yes, that's our group. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
You can't blame Joe too much. You know, those druids, they do like to branch out.
He's here all night, folks.
Sprite roots.
And I am miserable, the DM, and that's about it. I play everybody else when I remember. Right, the campaign so far, the adventurers last departed the Cragmore the Cragmore Cave after rescuing Sildar Winter. They then got their cart loaded up and carried on their journey towards Phandalin. Upon entering Phandalin, by the time you got there, it was about the evening. Dark, everything was getting a bit dark. So you went to Bartholomew's Goods to sell and finish off the trade that you were bringing with the cart and all the mining supplies. After that, the Sildar went on ahead towards the Stone Hill Tavern. I think it was Stone Hill. Yeah, Stone Hill Inn, sorry. Where he went for the evening to get a room. After selling all your goods and buying a few bits and pieces like arrows and stuff like that and provisions, you then proceeded to head to the Stone Hill Inn. While in the Stone Hill Inn, discretion wasn't really the top of the game when you went there. You decided to go in with Baron throwing gold coins at just about anybody that would look towards him in his direction. While also deciding to cast an illusion upon the table to make it look like he had left some gold coins on the table, only for that to have fouled when the barmaid went to pick the pouch up. Luckily rectified by chucking more cash at the barman and putting it on the table and buying drinks, I think actually for just about every single person that was in the tavern that night. So he definitely splashed out that way. I hope you've marked that off on your coins that you practically don't have anymore now.
Didn't tell me how much I spent. I think it was 2 gold. I think
it was 2 gold you left behind the bar, yes. After an evening of drinking and merriment, you decided to go around and talk to a few of the patrons that were there, and you gleaned a few information about some of the locals. And after a long evening, you all then proceeded to go and rest for the night.
Pass out on the floor.
And yes, Thalin and I think Brune decided to pass out on the floor instead.
I'm sure I went for the bench.
You went for the bench, did you? Okay.
I can't come downstairs until I've obviously put my mask of illusion on again, because otherwise I'll be coming down as a tiefling. So I will put my mask on, get dressed, obviously, shower, whatever, and then put my mask on to make sure that no one can see me as a tiefling. They only see me as a tall, handsome, blonde, Nordic kind of Viking, Thor type of character.
Right. So
I shall call you Vlad.
So as the morning proceeds to cross, you see Baron. You notice like the sun start coming in between the shutters of your room. I can't remember how many rooms who were sharing the rooms now, but you start. Those of you that wake, you start hearing some noises and clattering going on from downstairs. Thalin and Brune, you kind of get nudged awake as the barman comes round. I think you remember. Did you? I can't remember if you actually asked his name last time. But the barman comes round and sort of just move on. Morning's and I've got to get cleaning round here. Can't have you laying on my seats all day. Get cracking. And it kicks you all awake.
I stumble out of the barmaid's sleeping quarters. Go back down.
It's breakfast time.
I wonder what they have for breakfast.
Are you all coming down from your room, or?
Yeah.
Breakfast calls.
Okay, so as you enter the enter the main part of the tavern, you notice Thalin and Bruin kind of slowly waking up and coming around. You see that the fires have all gone low, all out from the night before. The place is in quite a lot of a mess, I think, because Baron chucked the gold down. The locals decided that they were going to spend most of the evening there drinking rather than go back home. So there's chairs all been turned over and things like that. So it's a good night was had by at least the local residents. So that you noticed a couple of the barmaids that were there before sort of start tidying things up. You can smell the sort of cooking of bread, fresh bread, come wafting into the room from the kitchen behind the behind the bar.
What a wonderful evening.
Morning, gents. Everybody have a good night.
Did you guys have fun?
Fallon, my good friend.
I think it was awesome. You just have to remind me about it.
If we drink more, maybe it won't hurt.
Avoid hangovers. Stay drunk. More beer, please.
Come, my friend. Let us have a drink. Hair of the dog, please. I'm sure there must be some gold still lying around.
Still got on mine.
They were very thorough. They were very thorough, laws. Thorough?
No gold lying round, you gotta be kidding me. He drank me dry last night because of you. You probably know you're kind around, you want to be careful around here. People like you'll get noticed. There ain't no free more money here. If you want more drinks, I can get you them, but you have to pay, I'm afraid.
Somebody else get the bill, please.
I take a gold coin that I have and I flick it to the barman. Say, thanks, my good man.
Kind of goes to catch it and you see him sort of thump. Pass it next time would be very appreciated, sir, but no problem. I'll be getting you your breakfast right now, don't you worry. And he kind of pockets the gold. You just hear this like, to all of them, yeah, all of them, from the back of the bar as he's kind of shouting in the kitchen. You hear all of a sudden like lots of clattering going on and things being prepared.
You boys that stayed up, that went to bed early, can you maybe remember what we did last night? I'm sure there was talk about the enforcer group and some baddies hitting on the townspeople.
Yes,
was there not another pub we were going to?
I would like to ask, before we go there, I actually have a contact here that I want to find out more about this group for. That's mainly why I came here. So I stumble over to the barman, still in half-drunken state, asking him if he by any chance can direct me to Darren Edermath or something like that. That's apparently the guy that's in Phandelver.
You kind of, as you walk up to the bar, he leans over the bar as you come. There's like the way it was described last time because you weren't here, but the bar's split into two sections. Because this has got quite a few dwarfs and gnomes around from the mining village, there's sort of one counter's a bit higher for the humans and things like that, and then there's one a little bit lower. So as you kind of walk up to the main part first of all, because that's where he's cleaning, and he kind of looks over the edge, looks at you, this blue halfling kind of. Good morning to you, sir. Who are you looking for exactly?
Darren Edermath. I'm from Neverwinter. I have some business with him.
Ah, Darren Edermath. Ah, yes. You will be able to find him in the Edermath orchards.
And can you direct me in that where that exactly is from the pub?
It's just northwest of here. You can't miss it. It's by the Shrine of Luck. We have our own little shrine here, the Shrine of Luck. You go right past that, and you're on your way to the orchard.
Thank you, my good man. And I stumble back to the group.
As you walk away, just kind of pauses for a minute, staring at you, and shakes his head as if he's like daydreaming, and goes back to what he's doing.
No more tipping in me or nail. Okay, guys. Well, I know you're excited or wanting to go to that, but we have this one contact that I still want to find out about these red band guys.
No. All I said was I remember things like this. I can't remember that we actually made any decisions. It's just like, it's a bit vague to me. Some people mention people being held up for cash or for asked money for protection or something. I'm just not certain on the story. On last night.
What information did you guys gather from the locals? Did you hear anything specific the night before from the locals?
Baron found out a lot of information. A lot of information, yeah, because he was, yeah. But Baron also had in real life had a child, and so was unable to make notes on everything.
I know, right?
So he can't remember. So he can't remember any of it. But Baron remembers all of it. But I don't remember any of it.
So do any of you remember the information you got last time?
Was there something about the Red Brand gang?
They were at the other tavern and they'd basically taken it over as their headquarters type place, and most of them were there. They caused trouble in the town, but concentrated around the other tavern.
No, it's coming back to me now.
There was somebody carved, was there?
There was a girl that needed help. She was the woodcutter. She came back, and there was something happened. I can't remember.
I believe her name was
her.
I believe her name was Narf.
Narf, that was it. Yeah.
Narf.
It wasn't spelled, so all I wrote was Narf. There's no telling what he meant.
Narf.
Where's Troz?
Oh, it's for real.
Narf.
She had like kind of whiskers and kind of
like barf with an N. Narf.
She was running around with one from Thundercats.
I don't even remember this, but I'm sure.
I can't remember that. Didn't
This can't be real. Who's making this up?
No, legit. You did. There was a woman. You said a woodcutter woman. She came. Something about her husband had disappeared or something, or something like that. She got distressed. She went away to look for something. She came back distressed, and
some of the information that I have is that.
It was a very heavy night of drinking. That's all I'm saying.
It was an extremely heavy night.
Apparently, Darren Ettermath was an adventurer at one time, and I think that's kin to the Ettermath that Drake is wanting to check out.
Yep.
And then there was a dwarf. I think his name was Glister. And he's the owner of the Sleeping Giant. That's the other tavern that the Red Brands tend to hang out. There's also been a wood carver that was
Grista was the owner of the Sleeping Giant.
I've got something. Carp at the farm. I can't remember what it was.
So Carp was the son of Alderleaf. Okay, so Qualin Alderleaf was Carp. Carp was the son of.
Okay, I have no idea what. There was like 4 different names, none of them related, and I still don't have any idea how they're spelled. So,
you gleaned some information. I mean,
did you? Some story about the brothers as well, wasn't there? In the mountain and.
So you heard the Gundrins. So when you went to Barthen's Provisions. Like we said, guys, we are learning all this. People will take notes today, I am sure. When you went to Barthen's Provisions, you spoke to Barthen himself, and he mentioned that Gundren's 2 brothers have been for about 10 days away from Phandelver, but are due back at some point. And they're not back yet.
Now, it was also stated that the Red Brands possibly hung out at the manor as well.
I believe it was Qualin Alderleaf said that the son was the son saw something around the manor.
Manor?
Yeah, boy mentions turmoil at Red
Trezendar Manor.
That's right.
Yeah.
I should have watched the podcast. I'm sorry.
Who is Carp? Is that
should we rerun last week's
Carp
podcast?
At the farm. Who is he again? Carp at the farm.
Carp is the son of Qualine Alderleaf. Who is the one that owns the farm?
Fish owns farm. Got it.
Is the farm on the way to the manor?
The manor's at the east end of town, quite a bit out of it.
Pity.
Well, it is actually, yeah. The farm is down the south. Down the south.
We can do two things at once.
We could go to the manor
via
the farm.
The one that Drake is looking for is in the northwest of town. The Alderleaf, the Alderleaf farm, is in the southeast.
Tell me the two places.
Well, there's lots of places. That's just two of them. The manor is far to the east of Phandelver.
And on a raised hill.
Yeah.
Or a terraced hill.
Points of interest: manor, farm.
Okay. As you explore, so there's the. Let me just go through. So you have the Alderleaf farm. You have the woodworkers' cottage. I'm not sure.
What was it
actually
in the
I don't know. I don't think. Just the woodworkers' cottage. It was just one of the residents, just one of the people that was in the Stonehill Tavern that gave you some information. Then there was the Phandelver Miners' Exchange, which was a little way on from the woodcutters' cottage. There's the Townmaster's Hall, which is opposite the Stonehill Tavern. And then there was the Shrine of Luck that you went past on the way. It was just on to the west of the tavern as you came down the road. You didn't see a lot of this. Most of this you gained from rumours and speaking in the actual tavern, because when you came in at night everything was dark and you just saw the odd light in the street, but not too much. You went straight from Barthen's Provisions to the Stonehill Inn.
Shrine of Luck is near my contact. Okay.
So, what's the list?
The
a list of the things we need.
Miners' Exchange, that's good.
You want to find
we were told
your
somebody was here that we
friends.
wanted.
Your info, Drake.
Okay, before everybody decides where they go, I'm going to try a crazy idea. So while they're sitting and discussing, I'm assuming this town has little street kids outside that run around and so on, like every town or city or village.
Yeah.
Okay. I go outside and I make sure that I catch one's eye, show him that I've got some money, that I've got a job for him, call him closer.
Okay. So as you head outside, you notice that the morning sun is up. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, something like that roughly. There's kids playing in the street. You see a lot of hustle and bustle of people going about their business. You see a few people trading and walking in and out of the shops. Just to the west, you notice where these pile of weathered stones are stacked up, which is actually where the Shrine of Luck is. That's looks like the stones are kind of made from, they're like been dragged from the local riverbed and been stacked up to make like a shrine. The kids are kind of playing around the open area that's in that space just in front of you.
Okay, just to make sure, I'm looking for street kids, not actual kids that have parents and things like that, but the general ones that are in the streets, twins and so on.
There doesn't appear to be any in that site.
Darn it. Okay, there goes that plan. Okay. Then, quick question. Does this town have its
lollipop?
What about the ladies of the day?
Get yourself an ice cream machine.
Hey, you're not there. Are there any militia here? Does the town have their own militia?
From what you can tell at the moment, and from some of the rumours that you had in the pub about the red brands causing a lot of havoc, you don't see anything that looks like guards or anything walking around.
No.
You know,
the red brands. Oh yes.
Okay, I'll keep my eye. I'll keep my eye once we're at the tavern for any of those. If I see any orphans or street kids, then
okay.
Okay, go back to the group. Oh, that didn't work.
So what do you guys want to do?
Well, what is our aim? Is it to find these Rockseeker brothers? Is that the main?
Well, I don't know, but for me personally, I'm still deciding on whether I want to hang out with you guys. I only just met you like a couple of weeks ago. So
is it like that? Is it?
Just saying, we only just met each other. Like I'm just kind of discussing, thinking, perusing. Not sure. We'll see.
Okay, well, I don't know about you guys. We've had some good adventure times together, and that since we're here in Phandelver. These red band guys, as you know, caused us a lot of troubles there in Neverwinter, and we seem to have sorted it out. But my main aim, the reason I came to Phandelver was specifically for the red brands. I am here to make sure their days are numbered, they are gone. I don't know about all of you all, if anybody's interested to join me in this adventure, but I'm targeting them.
How many days do you have? I'm interested.
I'm here to avenge the land. There was a serious blight that caught our land, and my elders sent me out. So I need to go forward. And if you guys are keen to carry on with me, I'm happy to have you all.
For me, it's just about the money, really. So if there's money,
you have my staff.
Well, I'm looking for the unicorn, but I'm finding it tough on my own. So, you know, I'll tag along with you, but, you know, don't expect too much of me.
Well, Baron, for this town, for dealing with them, since I'm in this for personal reasons, but I'm pretty sure if with these guys gone, the town will be very appreciative and have some kind of reward that would suit your style.
Sounds good then. I'm in.
Money's good.
With you, I think getting rid of the red brand will clear things up for any actions we want to take for that.
So that sorts that then.
I'll just follow Josephine a bit longer.
Okay,
okay then.
So we're sticking together then.
So you're sticking together. So what's your plan? Where are you headed?
Forward ho!
No, what are we
you have my broom, you have my staff. Let's get going.
So should we go and look for the red brands?
Yes. I think we should find out more about the red brand.
Yes, amongst other things.
And
let's go over to the tavern.
Drake's.
Bit early for the tavern.
You're in the tavern.
Out of character, just a quick question. Those two brothers you guys spoke about that you're waiting to get back, what's the deal with them? Why were you going after these? Yeah.
Well, Gundren was missing from when you found Sildar in the cave, and Gundren was there also. He hasn't been. No one. The few people you spoke to in town haven't seen him yet. Barthen's when you went to Barthen's provisions, he hadn't seen Gundren either, but he mentioned that his two brothers had been gone for a little while as well.
Oh, okay.
So that was his two brothers were Thardin and Nundro were the two brothers.
Well, Drake, you've put your quest above their lives, so you're not doing that. We got to throw dice. Who are we going to help?
Well, you don't know if the two brothers are in trouble. All you'd hear is you haven't seen them for a little while.
That's right.
We got all day.
Shopkeeper was slightly worried, wasn't he?
Yes, he was worried about Gundren, but.
I go over to the bartender and I casually slip him about 5 silver pieces and just say, "Do you know if you heard anything about maybe the red brand and Gundren having some issues? Have they come to heads at any point?"
He kind of ums and ahs a little bit as he slides the silver across the bar, thinking of, you know, all this money that's kind of coming his way all of a sudden. He's like, okay, fair enough. So he's well, the thing is, the red brands have been causing a lot of trouble around here for some time. Depends who you speak to, depends on who you've bumped into, or the problems that they're talking about, but Gundren specifically, I am not sure.
Could you by any chance point me in the direction of someone who might have the information I'm looking for? Is there maybe someone locally here?
There's the Town Master's Hall. It's probably one of the best places to go.
Sorry, the town?
Town Master's Hall. It's just over the road as you come out the door.
What sort of a place is that?
It's the hall for the Town Master.
Okay, thank you. I turn around, saunter back to the group. Well, listen, guys, now we've got the contact, and if we want any other more specific information, bartender just mentioned that the Town Master Hall, we can get some extra information, maybe regarding Gundren and his crew.
Can we make that as one of our conditions on our way to the Merchants Exchange and also to the Master's Hall while we're at it?
Mining Exchange.
Miners Exchange.
I agree, because I'm with you guys.
Oh, we're stopping for shopping.
Why not?
Just had lunch. I mean breakfast.
By the way, the person you was talking about was Narth, N-A-R-T-H, not Narth.
Not F.
Yeah.
Narth.
Because I'm all up for the stopping the red brand, but I'm also worried about Gundren. And I'm thinking there's some foul play between them.
I think they're probably tied.
Yeah. If anything's going down, it should be that, but yeah. So we just got to decide where everybody wants to go first.
I got a hangover. I'm just following you.
She goes a group. I don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay, so we
very well. So
I think we should go and...
One of you take lead.
Let's go and have a wander.
Otherwise, the barman's going to be coming over. Come on now, get out. I've got to sit up for the evening. I've been here all night because of you, and you're throwing your gold down. Get out of my pub. Start helping us and get rid of them red browns, perhaps. Come on, move it.
Okay, we're getting
over the road.
Let's go and find...
But please do come back. I appreciate the gold.
Yeah, just be worried about tonight. It's going to be even bigger.
Molto bene.
Town Master's Hall for more direct information. Maybe we can track out what happened to Gundren.
Okay.
Let's go and find Gundren.
So, as you step out of the tavern, there's a small building in front of you, but just beyond that, you notice the Town Master's Hall. It's made by it's got big, sturdy stone walls around it, with a pitched wooden roof. There's a bell tower out the back end of it, and you notice, as you come round past the open green, the rest of you notice the shrine that Drake saw earlier. The sun is now up. Like I said, you see people going about their daily chores and things like that. As you get towards the Town Master's Hall, you notice a wooden board out the front with a sign nailed to it. Written in common, it reads, Reward, orcs near Wyvern Tor. Those of mind to face the orc menace should inquire within. The notice bears this town's seal and indecipherable signature.
Shall we inquire within?
New priority. Darn it!
New mission, quest giver! Woo!
You see the big yellow question mark above the head.
I look at the sign, I look at the group, I look at the sign.
In there.
I go, guys, Gundren's probably fine. We can probably take care of this beforehand, right?
More XP. I mean, loot.
You said that there was an orc. Where were the orcs, Miss?
What, sorry?
What did the message say again? Could you please repeat?
Reward, orcs near Wyvern Tor. Those of mind to face the orc menace should inquire within.
Live and poor.
I mean, we can have a look at that another day, can't we? Maybe we should go and try and find what's happened to Gundarin first. Otherwise, we're going to be like all over the place. And
we can do both, can't we?
Can we?
I'm sure we can.
Let's get the orcs.
Can't we? Multitask.
It'll be in a different place.
Sure.
Just get all the information.
Okay.
Inquire within.
Let's inquire.
Go and inquire.
Quick question.
Let's just collect all the quests.
But it would be fun.
Multitask the quests.
Let's pull our.
How long's your quest log?
I can only focus on one thing at a time.
I mean, look, we've already established you're not very good at writing notes from the drunken night before, so this will be interesting if you can grab as many pieces of information as possible and then forget them.
I'm trying. Hey, I wasn't here.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? Are you going in, or?
Yeah, just before we go in, quick, have a look. Just see, do we see any red brand guys hanging around somewhere? Yeah, if they've noticed our group yet or anything like that.
Roll for perception.
That's going to happen at some point.
What's the name of the book?
10 and just hold on.
Fair.
No, wait. I got to add perception now. Okay, that's 19.
Okay. As you look around, there's nothing that you notice that would suggest there's any red browns around. Like I said, you notice as same as before, the kids playing, the people doing the chores. There's a couple of old people sort of walking down the street. It's kind of people that are doing the chores seem to be heads down, kind of getting on with things. But you don't notice anyone that stands out unusually so.
Can I cast minor illusion to do a really loud voice? Like, I mean, really loud voice.
Oh gosh, here it
comes.
Super loud. And the message will be hey, any red, what they call red brand, or they call it that?
Yep.
Any red brand, like really loudly out there. Drake, the sword slayer, the silver, wants to have a word. Really loud, like.
Okay, so
loud.
As you do this, you notice all of a sudden the kids run away screaming. There's this sudden, just loud voice in the air booming across. They run away screaming off the green, running towards the northwest, towards to the orchard. The people that were there just kind of look at your group and stare in just such an odd bunch of people, and then they kind of run off as well. You kind of scared all the locals away from the vicinity at the moment.
I pointed at guys, whoever wants him, that's Drake. Pointing at Barrett.
I'll take the sound down. I just standing there with my sword, a huge sword, and just kind of like, because I'm meant to be like a kind of a Vikingish type of person, so I'm just like standing there with a big sword drawn, just sitting there, just chilling in the town. The loud noise.
Okay.
I quickly distance myself from the group and go into the town master's hall.
I just walk over to Barry
very quickly.
What just happened?
Taps him on the shoulder and says, "What in a freaking beaver's butt did you not understand about hangover, Mar?" Anyway, I go sit down and.
So okay, so Drake's gone inside the town hall. The rest of you
follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the noise and disappointment and just saunter in with everyone else.
Okay. Everybody else going in?
Yeah, let's walk in. Well, slowly.
Okay. We're going.
I think I'm just going to sit outside in the sun. I'm not really into orcs, so.
Baron, there goes my whole plan of handling this group on a very subtle level, completely like.
Okay, so Josephine is actually going to sit outside. The rest of you going in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going in to make certain that I don't slam the door.
It says inquire within, so we are going within.
Yeah.
We know northern people. We don't mess around.
No, we don't.
I can't get my accent anymore. It's fucking annoying me. I'm trying. Desperately trying.
Now you know how I feel every week. It's like, oh my god.
To get the voice. It's not working.
It sounds like you're listening to Shillelagh.
It's pissing me off.
Okay, so as you enter,
the voice I had last week.
As you enter the hall, okay. As you enter the town hall, you notice that there's like big stone pillars up to the ceiling, a big vaulted, pitched roof. From the inside, you notice all the wood beams. There's a kind of few studded dark wooden tables scattered about. At the back end of the room, on the left, you see that there's 2 small jowl cells. And then in front of you is a fat human who's got kind of grey balding hair on top, and then to his right in the far end corner of the room at one of the desks you actually notice Sildar sitting there doing some form of paperwork.
We know him.
Well, good day to you fellows and halflings, yes, good day to you. Good day, welcome to Phandelver, and welcome to the Townmaster's Hall. How may I help you today?
It's good to see you well again, sir.
Why am I getting audio? I'm getting audio from someone looping.
There we go.
Time warp.
Does anyone know whose it's from?
Discord, just talk.
Hello?
My Zoom is on mute, so it's not there.
Sounds fine now.
It's the Townmaster's Hall. This place is a strange plane of existence.
Okay, well, we'll just keep going, and hopefully it's
good.
It's not you. You're muted, aren't you?
Not me.
Yeah. Very well.
Now.
How can I help you?
It's good to see you well again, sir. Did you endure last time's battles? Did you come through fine?
Don't believe we have met. Could you perchance be talking to the man behind me? I am, Harbin Wester, Townmaster of this fine establishment.
Druid, we know Sildar, not this guy.
I know, right? That's why I'm sick. We know him. I wasn't pointing to him. I was pointing to him. All right.
Is there any reason you're here, or are you just going to stand around all day?
We're here to inquire about the sign outside. Could you tell us more, please?
It's wooden. We put notice boards on there, and there's anything going on.
Could you tell us about the message inscribed on the wood?
I don't have time for this cleverness, Sildar. Hey,
I'm not Sildar. I'm Harbin Wester. Sildar is in the back of the room.
Shall we talk to Sildar? I think Sildar might be able to help us.
Is this party still drunk?
It seems like a jerk.
Fair enough. Well, if that's the case, you can go and talk to Sildar, because you clearly don't want to speak to me. Just don't make a nuisance. Hurry up about it. So,
and go.
You going over to Sildar or what?
Hey Sildar, how's it going? Glad to see you better from last time's battles. Good to see you again.
Welcome. I see you dragged yourself out of the pub. How are you faring today?
Hungover.
Drinking all night and spending all that gold will kind of do that for you.
You may not recognize me, but I am in fact the Baron, the tiefling that carried you out of the cave.
You look a little different, my friend.
Yes, this is my fuck, this shit's hard. This is my disguise.
Your what is hard?
Wait.
You gotta eat more fiber, Baron. More fiber.
Did the guy with the limp carried him out?
I carried him part of the
Part of the way.
I'm going to stop.
Yeah, it's just kind of watching you kind of talking between yourselves, going, it doesn't really matter who carried me out. The fact is we are here, and we are well.
Sildar, it's good to see you, like I said. Could you tell us about the sign outside? We read inquire inside. We'd like to know more. Do you know anything?
Yes. Harbin put up the sign for, well, apparently east along the tribal trail, there's been a lot of orcs causing trouble. It's near Wyvern Tor, I believe. He said that it's messing with trade routes, and I'm not quite sure. I didn't bother myself too much, but I believe there was 100 gold piece reward for anyone that can take care of the problem.
What kind of problem is there?
Orcs.
Orcs. Lots
Just
of
like
orcs.
take care of them.
What orcs?
Brush them under the carpet, hit them over the head, take them out to dinner for all I care. Just
So
take
can we
care
come
of them.
to you afterwards for the reward?
I'm sure Harbin will, perhaps he needs some proof, but if you speak to Harbin, he will be the one that gives the reward for that one.
Sure, thank you.
What kind of orcs were they?
Quest accepted.
Mean orcs.
Oh, there's more than one type of orc.
Perhaps. It is not my job. This is the sign that he put up outside. I'm not sure.
So
I've been too busy. I've been looking for the name eludes me. So I've been looking for somebody. There's so many freaking names in this module. I think it's Idor or something like that. I've been concentrating on trying to find
Make it up, we wouldn't know.
Yes. One of those. But, as an agent of the Lord's Alliance, it is my duty to bring an order to Phandelver. There is no government as such here. It is run by the town master and some of the elders of the village. So there have been a lot of issues, and I've decided to try and help while I wait for Gundren and seek out this other chap that Ionor. That's the one. Ionor. I knew his name was there somewhere. Those drinks last night really went to the head.
Went to my voice.
Yeah, we're a little bit worried about Gundren, trying to actually find out his last whereabouts, what exactly happened before he disappeared.
Well, I'm kind of waiting here for a few days, because his brothers are supposed to be coming into town. So, if I can meet up with his two brothers, we were perhaps going to go in search for the Wave Echo Cave that I spoke about before. The main mines. I do not want to wait too long, for Gundren was taken when I was taken, and I'm not sure. I presume the goblins still have him captured.
Son of a biscuit. Okay,
So,
wait.
cave, goblins, reward.
Wait.
Perhaps if you finish your business around here, and then you could come and give me some aid, for I don't think I'm going to be able to do this one alone. I could offer you 500 gold as a reward.
Really?
600.
I'm saying, I agree. Could you sweeten it slightly?
You want some sugar?
The 500 gold is quite the reward, and it would be all the money that I have access to while staying here.
I'll check to see if he's telling the truth.
Okay, roll for whatever one it was.
Untrustworthiness.
No.
Insight.
Insight. That's it. My mind's gone blank today. Pass me the blue folder.
Where is he? Got a shop, Miz, that we're in now? Is this things?
It's the town hall.
Town hall.
16.
As far as you can tell, he's genuine. that's, you know, I mean, 500 gold is quite a big sum, and his stuff was taken when he was captured within the cave, and so the loot that he's got with him at the moment and the stuff he's wearing was the kind of the rags and things that he was left with from within the cave. So he's managed to like grab a few pieces and tied himself up, but yeah, any money that he did have was limited.
Guys, extra loot, 500 plus 100 equals 600 for 2 exclamation mark quests. Let's go.
And I'm sure we'll have the thanks of the Lord's Alliance for helping out as well.
Can we just
would indeed.
Can I ask the guy behind the counter what proof he needs?
Sure.
Heads.
Yeah.
Kids.
Heads, genitals, you name it.
So you're going back up to you asking Harbin. Well, well, of course I'm going to need proof. I can't just have anybody wandering in and saying that they killed a band of orcs. Let's say...
Do we need to kill them?
Ears. Well, you can drive them away. I will, if that's what you wish, if you wish to negotiate or talk to these savages. I don't know a dog that you can talk... kind of looks at Thalin. Well, yes, you may
don't worry.
do what you wish with them, as long as they are away from Wyvern's Tor. I don't know them disturbing our peace here. We are a very peaceful town. No problems going on whatsoever here, and we don't need people like you or those orcs causing trouble.
Cutscene to dead orcs, halfling standing on orcs, taking a selfie.
Okay.
Sorry, miss. Is there any? Can I see any maps or anything in this town hall? Any kind of indicating any land, like pictures, like on the wall that indicate anything to do with the area that we're in? Look at that.
You notice on the far wall that there is a map of the town, and some surrounding area around it with the woods and things like that. But there's not too much in there. This is quite a small settlement, really. There's lots of maps of like mines and things like that on the walls, because it's mainly a mining and trading sort of outpost.
Silver. Do you happen to have a
Silver?
Area? Sorry, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm terrible with names.
I'm not from here. I one of my first times here in Phandelver. Unfortunately, I have no maps. But the locals around here, they like to gossip. I'm sure plenty of them could give you advice or directions of where you need to go.
Okay. Thank you.
And if you could do me a favor when you're about town, if you hear any news of Arno, that's the one. Arno Albrecht is his name. If you hear anything, please come back and let me know.
What's this in relation with when you've last seen him? What's happened? What?
He was another fellow member of the Lord's Alliance, and this is part of the main reason I took the job with Gundarin to come here. I wished to meet up with the old friend and see how he's getting on. I heard he was here within town, but no one seems to have seen him for a few months. There was rumours that he was around the Tresda, one of those. He's also near the manor as well.
You said his name is Arno?
Arno Albrecht.
Yeah, Albrecht.
Yes. He's a short, dark-bearded human wizard. He's about his 30s.
Sir, just a question. How long have you... Talking to the guy behind the counter.
How long what, sorry?
Yeah,
how long have you held the position?
Oh. I've been town master for about a year or so now, I believe.
Thank you.
And still no maps. Shocking.
We have all the maps we need, you silly man. What do you mean? The mines are very prosperous. We do trade every day. Carts go in and out. What more do we need? This is a very prosperous town.
And what happened to the last town master?
He went on holiday and didn't appear back for a while. You know, things happen. People adventure and tot off. Probably went to say hello to those orcs. Maybe they could do a little... sees you again. I'm sure they were friendly to him. But
just... Tusks, don't worry.
Just, you know... Don't cause trouble around here.
If you had a map, then you could have marked on the map where the orcs were, my friend. But never mind.
Well, they're east along the tribal trail. It says it on the sign outside. Or did you not? If you'd asked me the question, I would have told you. It's simple. Head east out of the town.
And on another note, since you're involved with the Lord's Alliance and that, how have you found your business with the Red Brands here? What information can you give me about them? For instance, group size.
Are you talking to Sildar or?
No. To the main, the other guy.
Oh, you know, the Red Brands are just a mercenary guild that like to help run things around here. They're no much trouble, really. No, they're fine.
Do you know how they recruit? How people join their group?
I presume people go to the tavern and just say, well, we'll join you, and then they recruit them. I'm town master. I don't bother with people's affairs. Do I look like I get involved with local mercenaries?
Okay.
When did the Red Brands arrive again?
Fallon had a question.
The Red Brands? They've been here for quite some time.
He appears to me...
I walked over to Drake while that question happened. Just give him a little nudge and say, dude, this guy has no issue with the Red Brand. He's the only guy so far we've talked to that doesn't have an issue with him. Maybe he's in cahoots with him? Maybe we should...
Yeah, it's like,
just thinking. Okay.
A signal, I agree with that. From the way the guy is talking, does it look like he is in any way covering up or as if something suspicious about his behavior when he talks about the Red Brand?
Roll for insight check.
Okay. Damn it. Where's that? There we go. Guys, insight. Yay. A whole +1 with that. Oh, I rolled a 1. Luckily,
the most
trustworthy. No.
Stout
only on hits.
Only. No, I thought it's on checks as well.
It's not a check. It's a. Oh well. It's not. Is it checks or saves?
It's on ability checks or saving throws. So this is
everything.
Ability check. Yay! Reroll. 13. Better than 1. Yeah, better than 1.
He kind of it sounds pompous and everything else, but he kind of, you get the sense that he's perhaps worried about what they may do, so he's
okay.
You get like a sense of that he's maybe feeling a bit intimidated by them or something like that.
Okay. Go over to Brune. He might be in cahoots with them, but either or it's just the pressure. But I'm whispering this, of course. The pressure of the situation is.
Oh, very good hearing. No, just kidding.
And we're lower as the rest as well, so our sound waves travel low.
You are lower than the rest.
Yeah. Yep. But I'm still thinking you're on track, so we'll treat this as him being in cahoots.
Let's go collect that 100 gold and then move over to collect 500 gold.
Okay, so can you roll for perception check, please?
I come? She's outside.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry about it.
There's pigeons about.
Don't worry about it. This is rolled. Don't worry about it.
Have you got any advantage on perception?
Yes, I have.
So what are the rest of you doing inside at the moment then?
Well, I've got my questions answered and stuff.
I'm done.
Nothing.
Plus 5. 12.
Okay.
While you're looking, I was going to Bruno that, when we get down to this red band, instead of just starting a fight and taking them out and everything, maybe we should try and infiltrate them first. Maybe try and join up.
I'm not the bloodlust one. You should talk to that druid with her wolves that just kill people. But I do agree. I'm always willing to listen for a short.
Okay, I'll wait till I have a better opportunity to talk to the group. Here would not be the
Well,
best.
I think we're going to see what we can learn still.
Shall we head outside then?
So as you're all inside and Josephina is sitting outside, she notices coming from the east path 5 rugged-looking humans wearing rough sort of leather gear with dark, rugged crimson cloaks on, as they pour around into the street and come towards where the town hall is and start filling in the where the town middle is, which has been cleared out because of the fact that everyone else ran away anyway. They turn to one of them, comes forward and turns to Josephina and says, "Oi! What are you doing here? Are you with that other lot?"
Me? No, I'm just sitting here in the sun for half an hour.
That's not what we've heard. I've heard there's trouble in town. We're the only trouble in this town. Now, are you with them or not?
I know who they are, but I wouldn't say I was with them. I'm just sort of, I just sort of met them on the road and then had a chat to them last night, but I wouldn't say I was with them. They're not my friends or anything. They're just people that I've met along the way.
So you're travelling with them then?
Not really travelling. I only met them 2 days ago, so I wouldn't say I'm travelling with them. They sort of tags along with me, really.
Do I hear that conversation or a conversation out with
not currently. They just come around the corner and say, "Can you roll persuasion, please?" Well, you're all inside at the moment. This is happening while you were inside doing all the chat and everything else.
I'll cast guidance as well.
I didn't know if it was loud or heated or anything. So.
And guidance, right?
Okay, roll for guidance. Okay, roll on both.
They're very rude.
7.
We should kick their asses.
We don't know yet.
-1, 6 for persuasion. Okay. I don't think I trust you, Missy. I've heard you rolled into town with them. You're one of them.
To be honest, I'm not really bothered what you think about me. Who are you anyway?
Get along that. We own this town.
Own it?
Yeah.
I don't think any town is owned.
We own this town. If we say we own this town, we own it. Now get your ass out of here before you leave. Give us all your gold.
I haven't got anything.
I don't believe you.
Well, you'll have to, because you're not having any of my money.
Well, we'll see about that. Old Ned here's going to have a little word with you.
How rude.
I'm gonna go into the turn my back on him and think just.
Oi! Don't you turn your back on me!
Who do you think you are?
Okay. So you go. So as you guys are about to leave the town hall, Josephina sort of opens the door for you, about to come in, and you're just like face to face with each other.
I'm first.
What's going on here?
I say.
Fallon's first.
These ruffians have just turned up and think that they own the place. I've told them nobody owns anything around here, but they seem to be a bit.
How many are there?
Not enough.
3, was there?
You're not very good at numbers, love.
I didn't really.
Well. What do we have here? It looks like you are in cahoots with them. Well, oh yeah.
I really take offence to this.
I don't care what you take offence to. It's time for you strangers to move on. And he kind of starts like cracking his knuckles, and the others sort of stand there rolling their shoulders. I think you've caused enough trouble. We've heard what you were doing in the pub, and it sounds like you guys are loaded. So before you hop it out of our town, perhaps you could, loosen those gold pouches that you've got, hand them over here.
My good friend, if you want anything...
Let me interrupt you there, sir. We are not your good friend. We own this town, and we are asking you very politely, I have to say, Big Al here, he's extremely polite with his fists. Now give us your gold, or get the fuck out of here right now.
Well, I think we were going to make a move anyway, weren't we? We got things to do, so, I think we make a move and...
Can I crack him on the head with my stick?
Well, do we want to cause a fight in the town?
What did you say,
Brady?
Maybe we'd be better off
I don't really like
being
talked to. I don't really like being
You're not the only one, but...
I'm smacking him in the face. I'm smacking him in the face with
Bryn, what did you want to say?
2 questions. One, I wasn't sure about how you described the town hall. Did you say the town hall had a bell tower?
Yes, at the back.
After I just went and got a drink, so I missed just a snippet, but a very important snippet. As I saw them going outside and talking and seeing it wasn't going real well, I make my way to the bell tower, see if I can get a good shot at somebody. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
Can I just have a chat to my friends for a bit, because
Do we look like this is some sort of business agreement? Get your gold out of your pockets, put it there on the floor in front of me, and you may well leave this town with your lives. Otherwise, we ain't having... this talking ain't getting us nowhere. I want to see coins jingling.
Guys, I lean...
Oh, Madness has got lots of jingling.
I lean over to the group and I say, these guys might be trouble fellows. I think we should be wary of what they have in mind.
Okay, action. Here's what I'm... Without anything, just get up.
No one talks to my friends like this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna stab you with a straw.
I'm using deception to make it look like I'm reaching for my bag as I'm going close. I'm sure. Rip out my sword and go for his throat. Straight. Cold shot.
Okay, roll for deception. What's deception? Not an ability you have, is it?
Deception with an arrow.
Deception. Yeah, deception it's a skill.
Miss, how many people? Because I've already said one of these people is getting their nose broken by the end of my cane. So whenever someone, I don't know which one's the closest to me.
Before anything happens, if there's going to be action, I'm keeping my eyes open. And if somebody draws a weapon and attacks, like one of my friends, I pull out my bow and arrow and I target the nearest fellow as well, and I'll let rip if that's the case might be. Otherwise, I'm cool and calm watching what's going on.
No one talks to a lady like that in my presence. None of this does. These guys are getting a good beat down. I'm not going to do any swords.
We should lower ourselves, and the problem is if we start fighting here, they might, you know.
It's too late.
It's too late.
You've already done it.
They're gonna get the asses kicked.
The roll
Bring it, baby.
The roll
They're
is
going to be
20.
terrified.
Hang on, well, guys.
Change into a
1
2.
second.
It's
Right.
literally
So, Drake, first of all, what is the skill?
Deception.
What does that allow?
That's if you're doing misdirection, or you're faking a guy out or something.
Well, can they notice it?
Well, yeah. If you put a DC and.
Oh, you just mean like a normal charisma, like a charisma deception.
Yeah,
thing.
You said a difficulty or.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you meant it was an
roll for the
actual like skill of
NPC's
his
perception
character.
versus his
Yeah.
deception to see if he
Okay.
can do better.
So it's so you need to do a charisma deception check.
Yep, I rolled altogether 22.
Okay. I rolled a 2. Yay, go me. Okay, so you managed to deceive as you go looking to get the gold out of your pouch. And what did you throw something at him, or as you?
No, I went for a very difficult cold shot to slit his throat with my sword. Straight out.
You meant to kill somebody in the county hall.
Well, to be honest,
outside.
We don't have to clean. It's okay.
I mean, I would say that you're probably not close enough to do that because you were all kind of piling out the door at the time, so they're not like at the door because Josephine was standing in front of you guys, and then you kind of come out.
That's why I said I walked closer while going in my bag, looking.
Okay, sorry, yeah. Okay. Roll to hit then.
I've not looked at my stats in such a long time. It's going to hit +6. Oh, 19 plus, yes, that is 25.
25. I believe that hits.
Yay. I have no idea what a cold shot to the throat does, but let's try.
Sounds like a flu remedy.
I was about to say, yeah. I don't think it's going to be curing any colds. Really good for sore throats, though.
He gets a slit throat, but I've just no idea what to do that.
It's a cold shot to the throat.
Yep.
Shot to the throat.
What you need to do, you should have done the old karate chop.
And while he's doing that, can you all roll for initiative, please?
Initiative.
Yay.
Woohoo! First time in 3 weeks I get to.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, it feels so good to do this again.
+2, is it?
Oh,
17.
Bro.
My
Garbage.
I think I got lower than you, Baron. I think I got lower than you.
Nope, I don't think so.
Oh, I think I did, because I got a natural 1.
Oh, yes, you did.
This should freak the guys out. No, just slit his throat.
Awesome. Well, he was very rude.
Yeah.
Very rude.
Okay, can we set the initiatives on the table for me, please?
Yes.
Can you tell me what you got? So, Thalin, what did you get?
19.
19.
Ooh,
I should colour your stuff. What one are you normally?
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay, 19. Baron?
4.
Wow. Okay.
Minuses on that.
Bryn?
-1.
Bryn?
I'm on 11.
17. Drake?
No, you got the wrong one.
Wait. You just put keel there.
Sorry. Bryn is that one. Oh, you already put it on there. Thank you. 17.
Trying to help.
Bryn, you're what, sorry? Okay, 11.
I'm on
okay.
11.
Josephina?
17.
You put yours on there already. And Artex?
13.
So we're all on there. And Drake, you got 21, was it, Drake?
No, 14. For my
who's light blue? Nobody.
Brown is Keel. Red
Oh, he's
is Madness.
14, did you say? Okay.
Yeah, for my initiative.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, there was a blue. I don't know whose the blue
Trinity.
was. Okay. So we have. Let me just do this a second. We have
Yellow.
one on there.
Yellow, no one.
Right, this is just an easier way for me to work out what's going on.
Just to note, my character's normally not this bloodthirsty, but they really got under my skin.
They were very, very, very rude.
I don't know what you mean, mate. No, I have no problem with our attitude at all. Fred can be a little bit nasty in the morning. We're friendly guys, really. Okay. So apart from Drake's attack, the rest of them, there was no surprise round because it was obviously building up to a fight anyway. Let me just have a look.
Josephina, we are defending your honor.
I appreciate it.
We lost Fallon.
No one talks to a lady like that.
What's that, Fallon?
You took Fallon off the board.
What?
Weren't you 19 initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miz moved you off the initiative tree.
No, someone else did. Yellow. I didn't take the yellow off.
Oh.
Well, I just saw it move and I thought
it wasn't me. Someone else took that off.
That was me, I think.
Okay. Right.
I think I'm more cross that they feel that they own the town. You know, I hate that sort of person.
You ain't from around here, are you?
Nobody owns a town.
They do.
Wow.
Let me just have a quick look at something.
They're about to own a coffin.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so as you, I haven't really got the layout set for this actually.
That's right.
It's great when you're all here as well, so it's gonna make it even harder. But okay, so basically they're in the town centre, in the central green open area outside the town hall. You guys have pulled out of the town hall entrance. There's one in front of the rest of them, which is the one that's been talking to you currently. He's about I'd say 20 foot away from most of you, and obviously Drake's moved a bit closer. Behind him, two blokes stand on the left. One of them is a dwarf, the other one is a human, and then on the right, on his right hand side behind him, on the other side, so they're kind of like making a line behind him. You notice one is the other two are human. One is extremely tall for a human, probably about the same size as Thalin.
Fallon, he's yours.
So, Thalin, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, it's too late now.
Too late.
Rage.
Okay, so it's Drake. What? How do we work out what you were saying, Drake?
Well, the shot I took is those cold shots. So obviously, difficulty is it's difficult, but I don't know with the new D&D how it works if you're doing a specific shot like slitting a guy's throat with an attack. So we've established I've hit, but it's up to you to dictate how that would work. Sorry, I haven't got a clue exactly.
Is it a skill that you've got that you're using, or is it just that you are aiming for it?
Like for it's instead of just a normal attack, I've aimed for a specific body part to do as much damage as possible. So it's like I'm literally slitting his throat.
I don't think there is one unless you get like a critical roll and it's his last dying hit points. That's the only way I have seen it.
I think there might have been a skill for that. Didn't you have something like that on your dwarf before?
In the earlier versions, not this edition, but in the earlier
I thought you did on the last game that we played when you was.
You could do called shots, but
That's the only ones I know. Like in the previous version, it worked. If you did a cold shot, the DC to hit increased.
It's harder to hit, right?
But when you hit, then you do like critical damage or something.
But I don't think you can do that here.
Yeah, I've got no idea. It's just something I tried.
Let me just have a look.
That would depend on the gear, yeah.
Well done, throwing your rules towards him.
DM says it fails.
Yeah, that's the easy answer. Just
So
like
yeah, I mean,
so it doesn't
okay,
say no.
so people's arguments partly on this is if that you can do that to people, then they can do it to you as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So if you, as long as you're happy, with an NPC being able to slit your throat in one go by a surprise attack, you might be, but I don't know if the rest of the group would be. This is something that you would all have to like agree as a group, and I don't think people would probably want that. But we could say, we could say, as Ilaria says, we could say it was like a stealth attack, so you do like extra damage.
Yeah, that's why I did the deception thing to make it. Since I don't have a stealth attack, this was my steady surprise.
Yeah,
so we'll just to a guy and do it.
I don't. For now, we'll say no. Just I know what you're trying to do, but only because like if I tried to balance that, we can read about it and discuss it about it afterwards. But I know that there was like skills for that before, so I'd have to check that out. But for now, we could, if you want to say, you can do like a stealth attack and do double the damage.
It's up to you. I'll go anyway. It could be a normal attack or whatever you want.
Do it as a stealth attack. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll let you have it on this one.
How do I hit the
Well, just roll your dice for damage and then double it.
Okay.
And I'll make a note of that one. So we can look at it afterwards.
+4 is 8. So 8. It's 16 altogether.
Okay. So you actually this is a quick. So you go to pretend that you kind of walk towards him as if you jangle your like coin purse to make it sound like you're going to hand over your gold coins. As you approach, Ned turns to him and goes, "There we go. Throw down seed sense." And as he does so, you whip your dagger out and aim straight for his neck. As you see, you kind of see it slice across his neck, but as you do so, he kind of grasps what you were doing, noticing that it wasn't coin, leans back slightly, and it just makes a gash across his chest rather than through his neck. You see like blood start appearing already through his like leathered top.
Time for the Red Brands to have new management. Okay.
That's your bonus action threat, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just quickly set this up. So, top of the round is, I believe, who's number 1?
Yeah.
Thalin again. Not Thalin again, just Thalin.
Once I'm in the front, like, yeah, for once. Watch me die.
So, there's a big guy, about as big as me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go into a rage and charge him.
Okay.
With my great axe.
You can reach him, no problem.
Oh, darn it, that one.
So the big guy is the one on like the far right. As they're all standing and facing you, is the one on the far right.
Can I let's not kill them.
Oh.
Just knock them out. We are in the middle of town. Teach them a lesson.
New management.
So we just club them to death, just trudging them to death.
Oh no! I'm just gonna say, you're about to learn a very, very sobering lesson, my friend.
So
with the flat of the blade.
With the flat of the blade.
Like marshmallows on a pointy sticks.
17.
I'm sure there's not just 5 of them.
17 hits.
Bloodlust, bloodlust.
13.
Okay. You say you're hitting him with the flat of the blade?
I don't want to kill him.
I don't want to kill you.
But there's 5 of them.
Trudgeon.
Where are my people?
Bludgeoning. Marshmallow him to death.
Or just do it.
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to do. Give me 2 seconds, and I can at least try and put some things on the table so you get an idea of where everybody is.
You'd probably like smush him with a shield or something.
We should probably try and take one alive so that we can torture him and question him.
The one that makes the most noise, who seems like the most obvious, like he would be in charge.
The one who thinks he owns the place. That's the one.
Yeah. The one who started talking, let's go for him!
Baron kind of did say keep them alive as I was charging in, so...
All of them! So, all of them?
No.
I don't know.
We can keep all of them alive, can we?
Can we?
We're in the middle, we're in town hall. Just beat them up. Just literally common sense. Beat them up.
There's no sheriff. The way knocking out works, I've put it in your Discord.
Yeah, I know it. I think Hilarious did it as well, but I've seen it before. It's basically that if you get them to 0 hit points, you tell them that you want to knock them out rather than kill them.
Okay. We can
Could
do that.
cast fog and run away.
No, we could just like club them. Seals. But don't kill them. Just knock them
Like
unconscious.
seals. Okay, so we'll just say they're hanging back there, and then there's one at the front. There we go. Right, that's kind of roughly it.
Looky.
And your characters, I don't know, they're on the side somewhere if you want to bring them out, but don't worry about it too much. Ah, whatever. He's now on the roof. Why is he doing that? There we go. Right, we'll just say that's there. Okay. So, sorry, Zalin, you run up with your... Jesus, the scale's massively wrong.
Oh god, I'm enormous.
Yeah, just so you're Zalin, you charge up and swing with with your axe as you're running. You just kind of you see your muscles sort of tense up and your armor sort of get tighter as you looks like you almost grow in size as you run towards them. It just that sense of the sort of rage filling you as you just run straight up and swing upwards with your axe. The big guy kind of puts his arm out to block it, and you just see its impact as it crunches and cuts through the side of his arm, causing, was it 13 points of damage, did you say? 13.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That's right.
Okay, that's the end of your... Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Hulk smash.
Did you say that they were all standing in a row? Are they close together?
Kind of, yeah. Sorry. Who's next on the thing?
Oh, I think. Yes.
There's Marius and Josephina. Well, sorry. Brennan, Josephina shares 17.
Ladies first.
Okay.
Go on, Des.
Well, Miz should be in position in the bell tower by now.
So,
climb down
yeah, I mean, there was a lot of chat and banter going between them, so I'd say that you you managed to get up to the bell tower.
I'll take this opportunity to shoot one of those son of a guns in the gob with a sneak attack.
Nice.
Is that okay?
Yep. They don't see you up there.
They better be dead when I come back.
So, which one are you shooting at?
Is there any restriction, or will I get a sneak attack on any of them?
I would say from the bell tower you probably can't see the leader, which was in the front, but the other four were kind of standing back, so you can probably see those.
Whoever looks the most threatening. I can't.
Well, I would say, I mean, you've got Thalin standing in front of Big Al, but he's quite a big target. You could potentially shoot him if you want to. Just literally. Well, yeah, pick that one if you want then. Shoot Big Al, he's already been hit. So roll to hit.
Alright, I did. 23 total.
23. I would say that hits.
Damage.
So you roll for your damage and then double it, I think, with a sneak attack. And then you add your modifiers on that. You don't double the modifiers. You just double the roll.
Okay, I rolled a 4 plus.
That'd be another 4. 8.
4 plus 4 equals 8, and then I need to roll my sneak attack, which would be a d6. Another one. 4, so 12 points.
Do you double it for a sneak attack? You don't double it for a sneak attack. Is that just
sneak attack is a 1d6, and then when I get to
so
third level, it'll be 2d6s.
Okay, so it's just 4 plus 4. You got plus 4 damage on the actual thing.
I rolled a d6 because it's a short bow.
Yeah.
And I got a 4.
Yeah.
And then it's a plus 4 because of my dex. So that's 8.
Okay.
And then I rolled the extra d6 for the sneak attack.
Yeah.
And I got a 4 on that. So that makes it 12.
Okay, so 12.
I don't think I've forgotten anything.
No, sorry, it's my mistake. I was thinking of it as the critical attack rather than the sneak attack, so you double it. So I made the mistake when Drake was doing it as well. For a sneak attack, you should have rolled a d6, but it doesn't matter. It's my fault.
So much rules.
Before my turn is over, I'd like to use cunning action and hide.
Okay.
Just duck back down so that they can't figure out where it came from, hopefully. At least not the first shot. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
It's quite a turn.
Yeah. So that takes him down to that. Okay. So you, as you're there, you just kind of pop your head up with your short bow, ready. See the biggest target there. Quick draw back. The arrow just flies through the air. So it kind of digs straight into his shoulder, between his neck blade and his shoulder. It's like the shaft goes in a good 2 inches as he kind of cries out in pain. Really limping forward already. It's like taken heavy damage from that already. Next up is actually your turn. So next up is Joe. Did you do yours?
No, I'm going to shoot him with my bow.
Who are you shooting with your bow? Because
that Rithius was attacking.
The one Rithius is attacking. It's 20. Is that? What's the short distance on the bow? Because you're using a long bow, aren't you? Because you might have a disadvantage.
Oh.
Close.
Because you're close range. I think. My head is not with the rules tonight at all.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
I think it's short range.
I'm going to move them.
I think it was 30.
Was it?
1 second, folks. Sorry.
Hey, it's better to get it right.
Yeah.
That way it'll stick for next time.
80, 30, 80.
150 is normal range. What's short range then?
80, I think. How close up?
I think we're the only two that saw that.
It was a baby?
Yeah, it was a baby.
Damn it. Oh, there's a baby! I saw those little feet just kicking. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
How close out am we? I'm a bit confused about the distances.
So the one that Thalin is at is about 20. Big Al is about 20. Don't click stuff.
I could be wrong, but it seems like most of the stuff I saw, if it was within melee range, kind of like Illyria said, I think that's supposedly like within 5 feet.
I think that is right.
Is it just 5 feet then? So she's alright shooting that one.
I can move anyway.
It's... I think a ranged attack is more difficult when the foe is next to you, blah blah blah. I think you're probably right then, it's 5 feet then.
You cannot take the grid.
Okay, well you're... I mean, if you... No, don't ignore the grid because I'm just putting the models down for a representation. Okay, we'll just take it as. I
was just thinking I could move.
If you're shooting at the one further away, you're fine. I think. I don't know.
Who's this one closest to me?
Ned.
If I was to move, say here,
you would be running behind the buildings.
Right there.
Yeah.
Would that be better?
Better for what? I suppose so. If you say you want to clear away from where Thalin is, I'd say that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'd say you've probably got enough room to walk around there.
Yeah, because he's hold smash raging, right? So kind of want to get out of the way.
Oh gosh, have I got a risk of hitting him?
Nah, small chance.
He might hit us though.
Okay. I don't mind which one I shoot.
Just, you've said you're shooting that one now, so just roll to hit.
This one?
Yeah, D20, yeah.
Oh, 20.
Natural 20.
Wow. Well done.
I would say that hits.
First 20 of the night.
Plus 2, 1d6.
So you roll the 1d6 and then double it. And then you plus 2. Not that it doesn't really
4.
matter.
What's that, 6?
So as you sprint behind the side of the building, you draw your bow, you see Thalin standing there, you aim carefully so that you don't hit him. You shoot the arrow and it just goes straight into his ear, and you just see it sink right the way into his head as his eyes just go blank, and he kind of slumps forward onto Thalin as he just lays down dead.
Nice.
So Big Al is now dead.
Big Al into the big number.
Big Al is no longer, and that is not a knockout blow, by the way. You can't say that I'm going to leave him with. You can't shoot an arrow in his head and say I'm going to leave him with.
I'm just going to go lie down now
with some hit points. He's definitely not unconscious. He's a little bit more than unconscious, I'm afraid.
Can I shout to the rest then?
One down.
Do you want to reconsider your thoughts?
You could shout that as a bonus action, yeah.
Do you want to reconsider your thoughts and call, let us just get on with our business?
Who's up next? Next is actually Billy's turn. And he just goes, I don't care. Big Al was a bit of an idiot anyway. Now put your hands up, because we're definitely going to kick your ass. Gruff, not Gruff Billy, which one's Billy? Billy, where are you? Oh, he was the one by Big Al, so he's going to charge forward and attack Thalin. And he's going to...
he's like...
It's a big raging half orc because he's like, I'll take you on. So yeah. So they have 2 attacks. For 16 and 15.
Both hit.
Okay. 1d6 plus 2. 3, 4, 5. 8 points of damage.
What kind?
Piercing.
Slicing.
Piercing.
Hard.
4 points of damage then. So as he comes like running towards you, like face of it, he kind of gets raged after seeing like Big Al get taken down. He's like, you're in for it, and he kind of like slashes at you with one hand, then slashes it with the other, kind of like cross the side of you as you're kind of looking sideways on, and it hits quite hard, but doesn't appear to do as much damage as he kind of thought he would. And then he's going to, that'll do. That's the end of his turn. Next up,
he's going to wet himself.
he's going to go, shit. Oh, shit. Next up is Drake's turn.
Okay. I now got the guy right in front of me. Where Fred is, has any of the other guys, Billy or Gruff, in 5 feet of Fred?
Fred.
I'd say they're a little bit more spread out than that. And don't forget, you're sort of face to face with Ned as well.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you stabbed him, so.
I'm just going to go for a swipe at Ned.
Okay. I think what it is there's lock the grids on or something.
That idea is not good.
Alright.
It's just
Pick off
Ned,
snap.
tell me
There
how
we go.
this feels, and it's 8 and 16.
16. Hits.
Yay! I actually get to use my rapier for this game. 8 plus 4 is isn't it? Yeah, 12.
12 points of damage. Okay. So you just. I don't think he's been hit yet. Oh, he has been hit. Okay.
Yeah, that's the guy I wished. I'll carve my initials on him.
Okay, how do you want to finish him off?
Well, if I can unconscious him, I'm going to unconscious him.
You want to unconscious him rather than kill him.
Yep.
Okay, so you kind of, in your halfling stature, you just, I've had enough of you. Jump up and just like smack, manage to do this unlike natural kind of leap and get high enough and just crack him round the side of the head with like the butt of your sword, or your rapier. And as you do so, you just hear this like, something sound like it broken. His eyes just kind of go a bit blank and he slumps to his knees, and then he just falls over, almost like instantaneously onto the floor. So he is now
just
unconscious.
saying to the rest of the guys, there's a new group in town. I suggest you drop your weapons now. Die.
There we go. He's fallen over. Okay, so Ned's knocked out. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, with the quick words where I tell the rest, like, there's a new group in town. I suggest you drop your weapons or you will die now.
The others are kind of looking at each other a little bit more uncertain now that 2 people have dropped down already. Next up is
Fine, don't work.
Artex.
Beat his ass.
There's one within 5 feet of me.
5 feet of you? Not yet. Oh, no, because Ned's just been taken down, so the others are probably about 10 feet away, 15 feet away.
I'm going to aim for the most menacing one and use my longbow.
Okay. Which one's the most menacing one?
You decide which one's the most menacing one. The one that looks like he's like salivating, like. I'm just gonna like target him.
Skeletor.
For one on the right's hairstyle really.
I can't imagine anybody called Billy would be menacing.
The one that's giving me the evil eye. I'm like, oh, you get it.
We'll say it's Gruff. You can go for Gruff then.
I'm gonna go for Gruff.
I'm not sure I'm supposed to be picking your targets for you. I'm sure you're supposed to pick your own.
Well, I'm picking the one that's got like salivations and like evil eyeing and.
That's
20. 14 plus 6.
Hits. Eight. What weapon did you say you have?
Longbow.
Oh, you're shooting him. Okay.
Yes.
Gruff. So 8 points of damage. Okay. So you just as you let loose an arrow, you just see it sort of fly into his arm, and he's like, snaps the arrow off and goes, "You're gonna pay for that one." Kind of shakes him a little bit, but doesn't do too much. Okay. Next up, do you want to do anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Next up is Fred. Fred, it's your turn. So Fred is going to. He's going to, because Josephine's run away. He's going to head towards Drake, I think, after seeing him take down Ned. So he's going to run towards Drake.
Come here! Hiss at him.
14 and a natural 1.
Does that make 15?
No, that's not how it works. So I gather they both miss. So is that both miss, yeah?
Yeah, both miss.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he of rage, he kind of trips up and just like falls forwards with both swords and like just hangs, instead of like hitting you, and he just kind of places both his hands on your shoulders, like almost falling over, and he just kind of stumbles and manages to pull himself back up again.
Easy there, son.
Looks like he's had a few pints. Next up is Brune.
Brune. DM, can you maybe just show me where I am on?
At the moment, you're all kind of in line with
Drake. I couldn't resize my character, so I don't see visual. I'm not blocked on any. I'm not blocked on Gruff or Fred. I'm behind Drake.
You guys are all kind of, yeah. Drake, did you go forward a little bit? I think you're kind
of. I went forward.
I'd say you're just slightly behind Drake.
Okay, but I got it then. The guy by the luck shrine is obviously lucky because he's the furthest away, so we'll skip him. I will take out the bow and try and put a needle or two into Gruff.
Okay.
Pincushion time.
Yeah, we hope. Come on, baby. 13. And if it's visible, 13. Plus. Ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 20, definitely hits, 20. Yeah.
Yeah, it hits. Damage is a d6 plus 5. 4 plus 5, 9.
9 points of damage, and that was on Gruff, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you kind of run forward, charge at him, just swing down, you kind of cut him across the face, you see this big gash open up across his beard and starts filling his beard full of blood as you slice down on his face. Okay, anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Next up is Baron with his little baby.
Yeah,
throw the baby at them.
Throw the bottle.
Ultimate time to.
I'm going to step forward and break the illusion. Obviously, as I do this, I'm going to draw my my katana, double-handed, both hands from my katana. And who's the nearest? Sorry, miss. Who's the nearest? Whoever's nearest is basically getting a katana literally straight at them. So.
I would say probably Fred.
Fred, yeah, okay.
So it's not Fred's day.
All right, so kiss the dice. Can I roll him? He's a natural 20.
He was a natural 20.
He was born on the 20th. Oh, 19. Good lad. You come on every week.
that definitely hits.
Plus, that was +4, so it was 22. So it was 22.
Yeah, it definitely hits.
1d10. Oh, I got wrong.
Come in.
Yeah. 20 off.
You're dang.
Stay a while and listen.
5.
He's trying to do it one-handed. He said, it's ironic that he says he wants to do a two-handed swing. Two-handed swing, and he's doing it one-handed.
7 points.
7 points of damage on Fred. Okay. So you pull your katana out and just chop down and you slice across his arm. And you just see blood start splurting out from where you hit. He kind of shakes it off a little bit. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't seem to wavering too much. Maybe a little bit more from the shock of you turning into a tiefling before his eyes. So next up is well, not Big Al's go. He's dead. So next up is Gruff's turn. So Gruff is going to hit. I think Brune's the last one that stepped up to hit him. So he's going to attack Brune. Look, and he's dead. A drunk. He's a dwarf. Of course, he's drunk. So he steps forward. Attacks. 16, 17, 19 and 14.
Wait. Is Brune within 5 feet of me?
No.
Yes. Jim?
I don't think. Well, Brune stepped forward to hit Gruff, didn't he? Because he did lead him. Yes. So you're still behind Fred, aren't you?
Okay, so he's not within 5 feet.
No.
Okay. Carry on.
5 feet.
So 19 and 14.
14 damage.
No. The hit. No. There's 2 hits. One was 19 and one was 14. Did they both hit, or what's your armor?
My armor class is 16, so
one hits and one doesn't. Okay. And a d6. 4 points of damage. Wow. They need a new weapon. So as he lunges towards you, the first one misses, and then as you're kind of dodging the side one of that, he comes in with a side swing, manages to catch you just on the side of your belly, just slices through, doing 4 points of damage. That's the end of his turn, and then that's it. We're back up to the top of the round with Thalin.
Can't hear him.
So there's the guy right in front of me.
The one Big Al's dead. There's a Billy's next, the nearest one to you now.
He's the one that slash at me.
Billy the Bob, yeah.
Can I reach around with both arms and grab him and hold him tight?
You want to grapple him, okay?
Come over here.
Come over here.
We've just got Billy and what? Billy and
me
Fred.
closely.
Getting to cozy.
Staring deep into each other's eyes.
Just trying to remember how you do grapple now. I think it was.
I'll forget.
I think it's a strength check, actually. Your strength against his
dexterity.
Strength. Yeah.
Strength.
It's either one.
Okay. Do you want to do a roll for a strength check or strength or dexterity? and then I have to roll.
I would say strength is to catch him, dexterity might be to resist or something.
We didn't hear that sound.
Natural 20 plus 4.
Bastard! I rolled 19. It's like, I rolled 19. I was like, yes, I've got away with this one. Fucking natural 20, you bastard. Okay.
Right.
So you kind of just like in your rage, you just go, oh, like practically like jump onto him and like grapple him and hold him. And now you've got him held. Get off me! Ah! Get off! So at the end of your turn, kind of just like wiggling. Next up then is Josephina and Des.
Des, you go first.
You sure? I'm just going to repeat the same thing I did before. The two people that are up are Gruff is one.
Gruff's still up, Billy's still up, but being held, and Fred is still up.
Okay. Looks like Gruff is probably the clearest shot, maybe. He's kind of off to the side as well.
Yeah, okay, I'd say that. From where you are, you can probably just about see over Brune's head.
It's not difficult.
Yeah, but he is a dwarf, so. Kind of lines up, aims his short bow. Gonna shoot you.
$13?
That misses. So you just see this like arrow go point, go bounce off the floor, kind of shatter on the floor.
Wait, I don't get advantage?
For what?
I did the hide.
Is it advantage with a stealth attack, or is it just does it count as a stealth attack? It's not advantage to hit, is it?
I just wondered if I might have gotten inspiration or something, but okay.
Are you stealth?
Yep, you did a.
I kind of am.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, okay.
I'm sorry,
Okay, well, we'll say you had inspiration for that. So yeah, you can have an advantage on that because you know you thought outside the box and climbed up the bell tower. So I'll give you that.
Natural.
One? What? Natural one?
Really?
Natural 20.
Wow.
It really was inspired. Why does it really roll so
26.
much better than me? Yeah, that hits. So you've got critical and a stealth attack, so you double the roll, and then you also add your stealth attack onto it.
Wow.
Somehow I don't think Gruff is going to be walking away from this one.
Bryn sits down and relaxes.
Arrow hits him in the head, his head explodes.
Oh, that's nasty.
Bloody.
Alright, I rolled a 6.
Yeah.
So do I roll it again?
You double that.
Or is that just double?
No, you double that, so that's 12.
Okay, and then the plus 4?
Yeah.
So that's 16, and then I rolled the sneak attack. And that was 4, so 20 points.
Yeah.
He's gone into a different dimension.
Yeah. You kind of just see this, like, arrow bolt just, like, shatter into his head and just go straight through his eye. And he's just... And he kind of, like, grabs for it for a few seconds, and as he's doing so, he just... Blood starts pouring out of his mouth as he falls down. Pretty dead in front of Bruin. Bruin's just kind of, like, getting a couple of bit of blood splatter off of him a little bit.
Coming action. I hide.
Okay. So, are they into your turn?
Now, you know, like, Falin's grappling, I
Yeah.
don't know which one.
Yeah.
Does that mean, like, wrestling? Like,
Yeah, he's kind of, like, got his arms around him, like, holding him.
so,
I kind of like
do you
spooning.
think, like, spooning? Do you think I'd be able to, like, whip me rope out my bag and go and start tying his wrists up?
You could attempt to. Sure.
So I'm gonna loop one piece of the rope round his wrist, tie it up.
Do a dexterity check for me.
This doesn't sound good.
Okay. The halfling went all vicious and the half-orc went all huggy.
14 plus 2, 16.
Oh, he just manages. So as you go to kind of like tie his hands up, he's wriggling in Thalin's hands and manages to kind of push you off, and because he's only got you grappled, he hasn't got like completely disabled, so his arms are still flailing about.
Come
and
on,
he manages to just about
hold him still.
Pull the ropes away from him. Okay, that's your action. Do you want to do anything else? Or is that it?
I can't really do anything else, can I? I can't try to tie his feet up then instead.
Next up then is Drake.
Right, Fred is the closest one, and he's not the one that's engaged with Thalin, right?
No, he's the one in front of you. Yeah, Fred.
Going at Fred, screaming at the top of like, yeah! Doing a normal attack.
Just looks at this blue Smurf thing come running at him.
Yeah, he's gonna feel it. 19, yes, plus. Sorry, it's plus 6, I think. So
yeah,
I roll.
That's a hit.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
All of us.
And that's a 6 plus. I seriously got to remember my scores here. 6 plus 4.
6, I think. Oh,
so 10. That's 10.
Night, Hilaria. Thanks for joining us. 10 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah, it's Bill. Okay, so screaming at the top of my lungs.
Okay. You just scream at the top of your lungs. This blue halfling comes like charging at him, but just like jumps up, like slices at him. You can almost try and get through his head. He kind of just catches his chin and then slides sort of like down his neck and kind of open up this gaping wound in his chin and neck slightly. You just sort of start seeing blood sort of start pooling there. As you do so, he kind of like tries to like swipe at you and kind of misses. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Next up is Trinity Artex.
Take him out! Take him out! Take him out!
How many are alive?
You now have Gruff's dead. You now have Fred and Billy is being grappled at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Fred. And is he within 5? He's not within 5 feet. I'm gonna arrow him again.
Okay. This poor bloke's is like being pounded.
Hopefully I won't like kill him because we need like one, right? So
we've got one unconscious.
Well, Ned is unconscious. Billy is being grappled, and Fred is alive.
So can we kill the rest?
Yeah, if you want to.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Baron's just like, no.
What's on that? Who are that?
9.
9 points of damage, or was it? 9? Oh, 9 to hit. Unfortunately, that misses. Yeah.
Can I attempt to stop one of my parties from murdering one of these?
You started it?
Mm-hmm. I didn't even hit
with your big stick.
No, I didn't even get to. I didn't roll for that. I never did nothing. That wasn't even. I did nothing. That never even happened.
Sorry, I started.
I mentioned it. I wanted to do it.
You can attempt to stop them, but I think it's kind of on your turn.
On your turn only. Okay, I thought it might be.
So.
It might be, but I was just curious.
Well, you can tell me to stop because I got a shitty roll, so you can tell me don't kill him.
Okay. Don't kill him! What? As you kind of shout, "Don't kill him!" He sort of spins round and almost hits you with the arrow. The arrow comes flying flying past Baron's head as he's up. I'm just telling you not to kill him.
Sorry.
Okay.
To kill him so I can kill him later. Yeah, motherfucker.
So next up is the one that rolled 12. Fred gets a hit back. Woohoo! Who's in front of it? So Fred is now going to
start crying.
He's kind of stuck, isn't he, in between Drake and he's got Drake, isn't he? Still melee.
Don't move your hands out of the way. There's too many damn hands in the playing field.
Oh, no, get your hands out of the way. It's trying to think. You could disengage. Not going to get very far though. Okay, he's gonna disengage and run away.
How many people within 5 feet of him are there? How many people have attack opportunity to hit him?
No, none. If he's disengaged, is none.
Disengaged, none.
Oh,
No.
That's right.
Sorry.
Yeah, but luckily the disengage takes the whole action.
25, 30. He's about there.
Yeah.
That's the end of his turn. He's just run up the alley towards the blacksmiths. Okay, next up then after his feeble attempt is Brew.
I was really thinking that I was going to let him go, but running away, showing any spine. Oh, sorry. I just want to move slightly up with my limited movement. I should be. If he could get there, I should be able to get.
Yeah. That's no problem.
Right there. No.
Yeah.
Cross.
Rip him off.
Yeah.
Somewhere there.
Yeah.
I should have a line of sight on him.
Yeah, you have. That's fine.
And we're going to try and put an arrow in him. 8 plus 9. No, 8 plus 9. Yeah, 17.
Yeah, that hits. That plus 9 is a bitch.
Dropping.
These D6 plus 5. 3 plus 5. 8.
Okay. As he runs away, you just see him like sprint out the street, going, "Oh my god!" And the arrow hits him right in the base of the spine into the head, and he just flies. As the momentum of his running, he just flies forwards and skids down the street. With the arrow just left sticking straight out of his head as he kind of crumples into a pile on the floor, dead, obviously.
And we've got a little furrow where we can plant seeds.
That's how it's done.
Okay, so yeah.
Nice one.
So next up, hang on one moment, is Baron, your turn.
What part of don't kill these fools do you not understand? Never mind.
We're trying.
Well, look,
You shouldn't run.
I shot the ground.
he's got one. We've got one right there on the floor, and he's got one grappled.
How many of these? How many of these are alive?
2.
Two.
Like,
One
like
unconscious and one
like
grappled.
that great song from that bard, I don't remember. 2 out of 5 ain't bad.
But they did deserve it.
Yeah.
So are they now? Are we suppressed them, or is one still?
The one's still wriggling away in Thalion's arms at the moment.
I walk up and donk, knock him out.
Tie him up.
It's Baron's turn at the moment.
Charging him.
Yeah, but
Stop him.
that's pretty much what we're gonna do. We're gonna give him a good old clatter in the head.
You're gonna smack him around the head.
Gonna smack him around the head with the game.
He hasn't actually had any damage yet, so it's just gonna be like, but all of you just pummel at him.
He's had no damage. He's had no damage. So I'm not really gonna knock. I don't think I want to knock him out. So,
You can attempt to tie him up like Josephina tried.
I could attempt, couldn't I?
Kick him in the nuts.
Which one's the unconscious one?
Ned, the one that spoke at the start.
Okay, so I'm going to stay my turn, but what I am going to do with my bonus action is I'm going to go walk over to Ned and put my foot just right on his neck.
and then I'm just going to go lean down real close next to him, and then just put a silver coin in his pocket and just whisper in his ear, my friend, this is all the money you're ever going to get from us.
Okay, he's unconscious, but that's
I know.
I'm sure in his dream somewhere there's just like some
He's
voice
just gonna hear
going,
his voice.
"This is all the money you're gonna get." Okay, that ends your turn. Those two are dead. So yeah, it'll be Thalin's turn this time.
Headbutt him.
You can attempt to sort of take him to the floor and completely disable him if you wish.
That sounds good. Body slam?
Body slam, okay. I'd say roll for athletics for that, maybe?
Or just fall on him.
Strength, yeah, athletics strength check.
Straight up.
18.
Nice.
11. Okay, so you just kind of like, as you're grappling him, pick him up and then just jump forward and like slam and plaster him like flat on the floor. He takes a few points of damage just from the sheer weight and force as you've thrust him to the floor, and now he is completely kind of disabled. His arms are pinned, and he's disabled. So if someone wants to, that takes you out of initiative lock. You're all free. If someone wants to tie him up or whatever to make sure he doesn't get away, you can do that under a free action then. Brune.
I just want to walk over to the guy I shot last.
Yeah.
Very. Drag him back. Damn it, Alec. To that little shrine of the lucky ones. Prop him against the shrine. Just to make clear that he's the lucky one because he's dead. The rest of them that's left, yes.
Okay.
Just make clear.
Brune?
That's all.
Yes.
Since the fight's pretty much over, I'd like to declare an action I'd like to do, if it's appropriate. I'm just going to tell you what I'd like to do. You tell me if it's possible and if and when it happens. I'd like to climb out of the bell tower onto the roof, run across it, jump down, go over to Billy, and then I'd like to say something. I'd like to kneel down on one knee since Alan's got him pinned on the ground, and I'd like to whisper something to him.
Okay. Do I'd say an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Billy is one flat on the floor being grappled by Thalin.
Grappled and squished.
Yeah, I'm not wanting to do anything to him, just want to get to him, so.
Uh-oh.
It's another natural.
Oh, sweet.
Well, you can describe what you want to do then. Go for it. it's your. You got the floor.
Anything you want.
I vault over the ledge of the bell tower, down probably like 10 feet to the rooftop. Run very quickly across the rooftop. Do a flip off the roof and do a PLF landing fall, parachute landing fall. So I just kind of roll back onto my feet and run over to Billy, kneel down to him and go, "Hello, Billy. Remember me?" see what he says. See if he recognizes me.
Okay.
So there's some history there.
He kind of just squirms on the floor and just kind of grunts. It's kind of Thalin's kind of got him pinned down on his windpipe and everything else. So he doesn't. He's just like, no. Let me go.
Maybe he doesn't recognize me then.
Did you roll the right dice?
I'll check him for. I don't know if you want me to roll intimidation with that or not. Probably not. But did you want me to roll insight to see if he's telling the truth, whether he recognized me or not, or he didn't even look at me?
You can roll insight if you want to see whether he's telling the truth.
Hi, Bryn. all your half elves don't look all the same.
Well, you are wearing a mask, so it could be making it difficult.
$16.
Okay. As you look at him and kneel down next to him, you see that he's got no choice but to look at you because his head's kind of pinned in a sideways position, staring at you. And as far as you can tell, he doesn't seem to recognise you.
Okay. All right. I stand up, step back, start looking around to see if any other red brands are starting to show up.
Okay. So, anybody else doing
Well,
anything?
I think we should just take the opportunity to tie him up and string him up to this monolith.
Okay, so you go and tie him up.
Tie his arms and
Yeah.
his ankles together and his wrists together, and I say to Thalin, "Come on, Thalin, let's tie him. Help me tie him up to this monolith. Let's."
Can we make it one dead one, one live one, dead one, one live one, and dead one? So it's like nicely stacked around the monolith.
You want me to move these bodies?
Well, I actually have a different question for the group. We now have left two alive.
Mm-hmm.
From our drinking last night and things we heard, we have a feeling that the Red Brands kind of run this show. We cannot believe it. They only run the show with 5 of them, of which there's now 2. We are going to face serious repercussion if we actually let these dudes live. So if we're not going to get info from them, we're really got to off them, because it's less we're going to face later.
Yeah, we haven't tried to.
Well, that's my feeling.
Let's
from watching Western movies.
Let's move these dead bodies into the shed and bring the 2 alive ones into the town master's house for further questioning. Let's
They've
get
got
on the street.
Yeah, they've got cells there.
I'll get back up. I'll get back up in the bell tower and keep a watch, see if anybody comes on us while y'all handle.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're all starting to move the bodies?
I will.
That what's going on?
I'm wearing the. I'll carry their shoes.
Okay, so as like you mill around and Thalin starts grabbing some of the bodies, are you dragging them to the shrine, I presume?
Before they take the guy that I've got, I give the coin. I'm just going to do a quick pad down, and do a
What? Take your coin back?
Take the coin back.
It's like, here's a silver. I'll take the coin back that I just.
No, I'm not going to do that, you cheeky bastard. Baron. A sleight of hand steals the coin back. No. I am going to pat him down and look for something else. If there's any paperwork or investigation, right?
Maps! Are there any maps?
I need a map.
Got a map, mate. That's all I was going to ask you was if you got a map.
So I don't know, you got a map.
That's all I need is a map.
Okay. Yeah, do an investigation.
But please find a map.
Ooh, come on, baby, rolled good. 12 plus 6, 18.
Okay. As you search his body, you unfortunately do not find any maps. However, you find a few silver pieces, one including the one that you slipped in his pocket. You also find a sort of brass-looking hair comb and a ring as well. Just a simple gold-looking ring.
Can't see it.
I guess the ring is attached to his finger.
No, it's in his pocket. It's like stuff where it looks like they've been hassling people or taking stuff from people, so it's just like in his pocket.
Okay. Yeah. It's like there's no engravings of any kind, like on the inside of the ring or anything to indicate who it could belong to.
Not that you can see, no. Just a simple gold ring.
A simple gold ring. Okay.
I see Baron looting the unconscious man, so I loot the corpses.
Okay. So as you're, you can roll to investigate those, but as you're doing so, you hear this cough coming from the alleyway just behind where the shrine is. Hello. I don't know what this voice is. I'll work on it later. Good day. I am. Well, Lady Luck of Tamora definitely shines good fortune on us today. Thank you.
Are you out of breath, man? Can we help you?
Are
you in need of assistance?
I am
like
Sister. I am Sister Giral. I have been here for some time, looking after this shrine. The red bands.
Okay, my dear woman.
I'm just shocked. I thought I'd never get rid of these red bands, and it seems that we may have some people.
It's good. I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling this character, man. This is awesome.
Honestly, Baron is getting
Some shrine.
You wear the armor?
Whose sister are you?
Oh God, dear God! I can't remember what I was saying now.
Shrine maiden.
I am a cleric of Tamora. This is our humble shrine within the village. I am also a member of the Hawkers, and I've just been despaired of trying to rid this town of these horrible red brands. They do nothing but cause trouble here.
Did you say a member of the Hawkers?
Harpers.
Harpers.
The Harpers, dear, the Harpers. Clean out those ears. Oh, you're up the bell tower, so you can't hear me anymore.
I am, but I wanted to make it clear for everybody else.
Member of the Harpers.
How many more?
Shrine maiden.
It's kind of hard
How many
to
more?
follow off and pronounce correctly.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I should know what Hoppers does.
I saunter over.
You can
bow
roll
to the
it.
lady.
You can roll it. If anyone wants to do a history check, you can do a history check.
History check. Okay. History check. Oh, I'm crap at history.
What the Harpers are.
I just have a plus one.
Alcazar. Hang on.
6.
Huh?
Who's got good history? What is it?
I've got a +4 on history.
I've got 6.
Well, I shall give you some guidance, Baron.
Looks like a 5 to me, but okay.
Okay, we can't all roll, but if two of you want to head up and do the rolls, so Brune's done 1, he got 6. Do you want to roll for it, Baron? Or?
Yeah.
You got guidance as well, so you can do a +6 on there.
I'll give Baron guidance.
Plus 1d6, 1d6.
Or 1d6, okay. I don't need it. I got 18 plus 4 is 22.
Okay. So the Harpers are basically a group of it's like a scattered network of adventurers and spies who basically advocate equality and try to stop people like the Red Brands taking power. And they gather sort of information with spies in the network and try to thwart tyrants and leaders and things like that, really. So they sort of people that like to help the weak and the poor and the oppressed.
Good on them. Cool. I walk up to the cleric, bow politely, taking off my hat. My good lady, yes, I am Drake the Silver, servant of the god Lendes, showing my holy symbol towards her. We are at your service. We have come from Neverwinter, especially to handle these red brand, and we are here to offer all assistance that you require.
He kind of looks at you and raises an eyebrow and goes, You're... Jesus Christ. You are an odd fellow. A rather unusual shade of colour for one of your kind. Has Tamora not been on your side recently?
Everything is as it should be. In the service of my God, I have come to discover a brighter and better path. This is
well, you're certainly brighter.
Bronze. Too much sun.
All is well, my good lady. You have nothing to fear, but we are here at your service.
I see what you did to the Red Brands. I am very appreciative. I have to report to my superiors, and as of late it has been very bad reports. We have seen nothing but oppression in this village.
Do you think
it is quite possible, my lady? Sorry, if we could just take this conversation inside and just let us get out of the town, out of the main street, and take care of these bodies so that we don't have the whole town watching us. I think that would be a better...
Well, after your actions today, I believe the Red Brands will be definitely seeking you out some more. They are not going to let this one go unnoticed, no matter how well you hide those bodies.
Do you think you could help us hide the bodies?
It's kind of pointless hiding them. You did just slaughter them in the middle of the street. Just, you know.
I think.
And
feed them to the
somebody shouted rather loudly earlier, calling them out.
Yes, I don't know who did that.
You don't have to just feed them to the pigs.
Okay, then maybe forward this conversation to take it indoors so that it can't be overheard.
I would say we. Has anyone got a bit of parchment or something? We could leave them in the middle of the town with a note with our address, maybe at the tavern, and they can come and say hi.
Don't you think we should take one with us and question him?
Well, we can question. We can definitely question
the one that we've got.
Put them. I mean, if we've got a location, we could stick them in a. Or, tie one up, blindfold one, put them next to each other or something, and then whoever gives us information lives, the other one dies.
Yeah.
Play them off against each other.
Just a quick one in the conversation. One moment. We forgot to tie the guys up, so I just quickly go to tie them up.
Okay. I think Josephine already tied them up a bit earlier, but yeah, it's fine. So you go across and you tie them up.
Make sure they're tied up. Double tied up.
Fred's still unconscious at the moment, whereas Billy's kind of just from being...
I'm really worried.
Kind of squirming and
really
stuff.
into bondage.
The handmaiden name, sorry, miss, what's her name?
She's not a handmaiden, she's a cleric. Cleric and a cleric of Tamora.
Shield maiden. Shield maiden.
Sister Jarrell.
Sister Jarrell. I know.
Jarrell.
Do not be afraid by my appearance. My name is the Baron.
You are indeed an odd bunch.
We are a very odd bunch.
We
have two
of multiple colours as well.
Very
two interesting.
Men here.
You do.
Do you have a location where we could secure these men for questioning nearby, so we could find out some more information about the Red Brand, where they're hiding, who their leader is, all that stuff.
The town hall has 2 jail cells. You're probably more than welcome to try there.
Like I suggested.
I mean, a jail cell is probably best, I would have thought.
Well, are they not going to be curious why we're dragging dead bodies in on and
the Red Brands? Everybody knows that the Red Brands are causing nothing but trouble here. I'm sure you would probably be welcomed. Perhaps, although the town master is a little bit of an odd one. I think he's a little bit scared of the Red Brands, more so than most.
Maybe we should chop their hands off.
Why?
So that they can
vicious druid
attack us again in the future.
Wow.
Hamstring.
Baron can transform them into potions.
As decorations?
Yeah.
And things
You
got
don't want them
dark.
to like be freed and then they'll be after
You're
us
doing what?
Chop their hands off.
I'm thinking no. Not now, maybe later.
I'm not
I
really
mean,
in the habit of just chopping people's hands off.
Well, you never know. It might come in handy.
Oh, double-handed.
So what are you guys doing? Come on, move along.
Put them in the jail.
Okay. Let put them, I want to put them in the jail. I wouldn't mind.
Okay, so you
Hang on a
kind
minute.
of-
Let me give you a hand.
Question.
Yeah. In the background, I start dragging them, but unfortunately, my strength is 9, so all you see is this. Holding onto your
you just see kind of Drake tugging at this one that the one that Billy that's actually still awake but kind of tied up. He's like wriggling away and he's actually almost getting away from you as you try and he's almost pulling you over as you try and pull him. Then I imagine Thalin probably sorts that out for you. So okay, so you, did you say something, Thalin?
Okay.
No,
Okay, so I still struggle with him.
He's
So
a man of action. Not a
So
man of
they all watch as you struggle there. The rest of you start dragging the unconscious Fred towards the town hall. Are you all going to go into the town hall with him? I presume.
I will help do the body.
Okay. Thalin then just kind of grabs hold of Billy and pulls him and drags him along. As he does so, Drake just kind of slips over and kind of gets dragged behind him, holding onto the back of Billy, going, "Okay, I've got this."
Got my head making sure it doesn't come off.
You drag him over to the town hall.
As we go back into the town hall, Miz,
Yeah.
I'm going to put my mask of illusion on, making sure obviously there's no one in the vicinity, and change back into
Well,
The
No. I'm going to change
assisted-
into one of the dead
soldiers, one of the dead red band guys on the floor.
So you're going in as a live red brand. Okay, that's fine. So you all
into the cells with effectively. I'm just going to be we'll all be tied up, I guess, away from each other.
okay. So you all enter into the town hall, and as you do so, Harvey's like, "What the bloody hell are you up to? What have you done to these red brands? Oh no, you've nothing but Bribey, you've done nothing but cause us trouble. Take them away. Don't bring them in here. Don't cause trouble to this. I told you not to cause trouble for this town. What the bloody hell are you doing?"
Town master, give us a chance to take care of the trouble. It'll soon be over.
You've just brought trouble to my door. I told you, stay in this village, stay out of trouble, and we've been bumbling along fine with these red brands. They haven't caused too much issue. Now look what you've gone and done.
You know, you probably get paid to have a spine. You might want to act like you have one.
I know, I've got a very bad feeling.
Very
I think
well.
it's only a matter of time before the rest of the gang arrive, and then these two are going to be freed. And
What the bloody hell are you going to do with them?
And if these two are not in the cell when we return, you'll have to answer to us. Do you understand?
Yeah. Well, if you could roll for either intimidation or persuasion.
Okay.
Say, yeah, intimidation.
It'd be the same.
Okay.
Not very good.
Something here somewhere about it. I can't freaking find it now. Don't say. Oh, I was gonna say natural 20 again.
No.
Darn.
I needed it, but no.
I say you do it with an advantage because, like, the rest
You
of them
sure?
are.
Okay.
Well, because they're all instead of you all rolling, because I'm sure Thalin and no one else can intimidate as well. So there's kind of like a lot of you at the moment.
It's very gracious.
I hit 7.
Bruno's logic. How many?
10. It's not. I'm sorry.
No, that's enough. He kind of so he's well, you're going to deal with this red brand threat. You're not going to just leave me here to dry.
Of course we're going to deal with them. That's what we're here for. We told you.
Very well, very well. Let me put them in the cell then. And he kind of saunters over to the 2 cells. He kind of stumbles and drops the keys as he goes to do so. And see him bend down and kind of pick them back up again. He's like, bloody red brands and nothing but bloody trouble. And he kind of, as he opens the 2 cells and puts them into the cells.
Quick question. Yeah, what happens with Baron now?
Put me in a
Baron has been led into the cells with them because, as far as he's concerned, you've got three red brands, and unless anybody's one of them is unconscious, that kind of gets dragged in. He goes, "Wake the man up! Don't let's leave him unconscious like that." And as he does so, he kind of quickly locks the door. Yeah. So there's 2. He's got the keys. You're going to take the keys off the.
Are they all unconscious? Just
Go to keys.
I go back up to the bell tower and keep watch. I'll leave the rest with you.
Okay.
There's only one that's unconscious, right? Most the other ones are still.
One's unconscious, the other one's tied up, and the other one is you, which is now in a locked cell.
Okay. I was just thinking. I'm going to go up to the guy. I was going to go up to the guy who's put us in the cell and kind of whisper very quietly into his ear. I'll give you information as long as you put me in a separate cell. I can't, I'm going to kill this asshole or something along those lines. I hate this man. You can't put me in the cell with this man.
Roll for persuasion. Turn that jar one.
9.
You
plus.
That's nothing, I think. You can bloody well stay in this cell. Stupid red brand, you've caused us nothing but trouble here. I don't think I'm going to listen to your demands. If you kill him, that's your problem. On your head be it, sir.
You hear from my side. If he wants to be in a different cell, then put him in a different cell.
Okay. Roll for persuasion as well, or intimidation, up to you.
Okay. Intimidation. I'll raise the dice. I only have a +2 on this. 9 + 2, 11.
Okay, I'll say that makes it because he's intimidated by just about anybody at the moment, and he is so that's fine. Well, fine, whatever. Bloody hell, we got 2 cells. Use bloody 2 cells and put him in there for all I care. And he kind of opens the other cell up and lets you drag Baron from one and put him into his own cell and locks the door on him. Anything bloody else?
Cool, good stuff. I'm going to just going to slouch into the shadows of the corner of the cell.
Okay.
Just sit there and listen to when the guys wake up and what they talk about.
I'm going to the main guy of the tunnel. Keys, if you please. Now.
Keys, please.
Why do you want the keys?
Don't want any misunderstandings or accidental escapes, if you get my meaning.
But what if we have someone else to put in the cells while you're not here?
I'm sure accommodations can be made. There's 2 cells there already. They've already occupied you. What are you going to do if you...
Very well, take the bloody key. You'll out of nothing but bother as bad as the bloody red brands.
Thank you.
Okay, right. So they're now in the cell. I'd say that the unconscious one kind of comes to. Unfortunately, it is almost 12 o'clock, so we are going to have to finish here.
That's cool.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's always hard to try to judge the pace of a game to try and get it as a decent place to log out, but I think this is as good a place as any now that you've got them captured and ready for questioning, so we'll bring it back up at that point. Well done, everybody. Thank you very much It's good fun.
Thank you.
Brilliant timing. Last beer.
And thank you everybody on Twitch for following us and watching us as always. Very much appreciated all your company and your support. If you haven't hit that follow button, please do. We very much appreciate it. It helps grow the channel. And if you enjoyed what you've seen, don't forget to spread the word to get more people to come and watch, because we're still learning and we want more people. And also !Discord and chat if you want to come and join our community. Give us some helps and tips and hints and tell us what we're doing right, tell us what we're doing wrong. We've got a little feedback form in there as well. You can go and give us some feedback on the show. I'm losing my voice as we speak. But yes, no, thank you very much. We very much appreciate you all coming. And so the other thing to say, actually, which I forgot, is that I'm actually away for the next 2 weeks, at least, I think. So there won't be any shows. We may be able to.
You never know. We might be able to wrestle something together, Miz. We'll talk about it later. Might be able to do
if someone else can host to the channel, that's fine. Then we might get something. If people want to do like a one shot or something,
I can probably host it.
Okay.
We might be able to do some fun. Well,
So there we go. Okay, so there may be something on there. So we won't be continuing this campaign. We'll have a little break from it. So yeah, hopefully we will get something else on. Someone else will DM or something like that if we get a chance, or whatever you guys decide to do. We can have we can have a little chat. As long as we got someone to host it, that's fine. So yeah, next Friday, as always, is when D&D is then. So look out for that. Follow us on Twitter to get some announcements, and you can see what's going on. Otherwise, anyone else got anything to add? I don't think so. We're all good.
Yeah.
I mean, t-shirts there if you want to get a t-shirt designed by myself with the logo for the Stout and Sturdy. You can get on the merchandise. Just come by, check us out. We do all the things as well on the Asylum. We do D&D, we do Star Citizen. We're going to do our YouTube and all sorts of other things. So yeah, just check us out, give us all a follow, and we'll see you all. I guess next Friday. Roll on.
Roll on Friday, guys. Take care.
Cheers.
Good night.